Bit of an autopsy here on a water pump. Not that it's particularly relevant, but what we've got here is a shaft. I'll just see if I can grab the bits that I'm looking for. What we have here is a broken shaft, and this here is the key that goes in there. When I see what's left of it in there, so there's the key, and this here is the remnants of the bit that's broken out of it. So what you can see is that's the broken bit. The key just fell through. So there's a broken bit of shaft nearest to my fingers and the key. It's pretty common when the impellers come loose. So it's a water pump. What's happening is the water pump impellers come loose, and when you look at the back of it there, you can see it's all out of shape. It's all broken up. The actual impeller housing is the actual impeller itself is broken. There's the key. You see the key's broken through the plastic, and there's the broken piece out of the impeller. This has had someone in there before, and the cause of the failures here's a plate, one of the baffle plates out of it. This is the diffuser plate. What's left of this plate here? That plate used to go on like that. As you can see, I only removed 2 screws to get it apart because the third one wasn't there. It's been broken, so someone's done a cheap and nasty putty repair. You can see where everything's come loose and it's been rubbing around here. This seal is meant to sit in there. I found this rubbing on the back of the water pump impeller, on the back of the impeller. Here's a sealing ring that I just found loose floating around inside. I suspect that it was meant to go on the back here. So while the pump's a bit of a mess, that's the shaft seal, that bit goes on there like that. Well, the pump's a bit of a mess and I'm pretty disappointed. We can't completely blame the product itself. This here's the water inlet. Goes in the back of the housing like that, so the water flows in, comes through here. Looking at that, I'd say it looks like a little accumulator, a little air accumulator is built into it. But what we've got is a piece of plastic tube shoved in. This, because they've broken this off when they pulled it out. That's the O-ring, and don't know how well you can see, but the O-ring itself looks pretty mediocre. So the whole thing's yeah. As they say, it was worked on by an expert. The motor itself seems to be alright, so I might be able to repurpose the motor. But what I'll have to do with this shaft is I'll have to cut the shaft off, and I'll have to put a clamp style coupling on there. Might machine a keyway in it. Depends on what we're doing. It's a 1 horsepower motor, so it's got a bit of grunt. I think it's 1 horsepower, says me having a look at it. What am I looking at? Yeah, 3/4 of a kilowatt, 750 watts, so it's 1 horsepower, near enough. 746 watts to a horsepower, or to an imperial horsepower. 736 watts to a metric horsepower, or a Federstark. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes.